I'm intrigued to learn how the progress of the initiative has affected the involved nations and the global economy in general.
I have some statistics to share. Over 3,000 cooperation projects have been initiated, joining in nearly $1 trillion in investment. And over 150 countries and more than 30 international organizations have joined the initiative.
A number of flagship projects, such as the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, the China-Laos Railway, and the Jakarta-Bandung High-Speed Railway have already been completed and are now operational.
These projects have not only given rise to significant landmarks in many countries, but also helped improve the quality of life for countless individuals.
So it's a massive undertaking to benefit the world, to raise people up, for people have the opportunity, have the infrastructure, have the support and the resources they need, provided in cooperation with the government, to be able to improve their lives. Just like we saw happen here in China.
You've got countries with very, very different economic orientations and political systems are in the Belt and Road Initiative. But the one thing that these countries agree on is that they want to get on with their own economic development.
Well, it has given them a sense that they do not have to remain in conditions of dire poverty, conditions of veritable slavery to what is called our Western economic system. They have learned that one can take oneself up by the bootstraps through infrastructural development as a fundamental basis for moving the country forward. This, I think, has created a different momentum which is going to be unstoppable in terms of moving forward over the next decade.
A lot of infrastructure has been made, a lot of job opportunities has been given, and for the businessmen, a lot of business opportunities are now available for Pakistani people.
It has supported the economic growth and social development of many developing countries. It has contributed to the global fight against COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. It has also enriched the cultural diversity and mutual understanding of the world. The Belt and Road Initiative has also increased trade, investment and income for the participating countries.
So it's offered developing countries an alternative to the International Monetary Fund and World Bank in terms of funding for infrastructure projects, and allowed developing countries to leverage China's expertise and cheap but good quality goods for their own development.
The Belt and Road is also his initiative. This is brilliant because it has almost unlimited potential, because it is based on a growth of connectivity, not just connectivity through physical projects, but also through interchange of science, of research, of education, of cultural exchanges, and all of that linking up people. I think this is very important, especially makes the difference to Western globalization also. These countries maintain their sovereignty and will have their autonomous political and philosophical and scientific and social principles maintained, and at the same time developing economics directly through projects, physical projects, or indirectly by bringing people to a higher level of understanding each other and a higher level of education, so that they by themselves will develop internally further growth motives.
The big picture, the Belt and Road, the foundation of the Belt and Road is to give the first step in for developing countries to grow. But it's not the only step. And so more recently, in the last couple of years, President Xi announced the Global Development Initiative, which uses the infrastructure now to do various specific things like special economic zones, which of course China is the world's expert on, promoting healthcare, education. All of these other kinds of things are built on the Belt and Road infrastructure that has occurred. So it's a very natural progression from the Belt and Road, which continues, to now the Global Development Initiative, and then ultimately the Global Civilization Initiative, which takes a broader vision of each of these countries working together. So it's a very coherent strategy.
And I think in 10 years' time it'll be even more important, because it corresponds to the desire of the great majority of the world's countries to develop themselves.